Guys, welcome back to Baker Barbecue. We're doing some more keto barbecue today, and it's going to be yummy, I hope. We'll see, I think so. Today we're working with a 9.5 pound pork shoulder picnic roast. And we're going to do this pretty traditionally, the way we've done most of our pork butts and pork picnics. We're going to make some pulled pork. We're doing it on the UDS over charcoal and some hickory wood. That's going to be really yummy. Pretty much the only difference that we're doing to make this keto friendly is a little bit of difference in our Baker Barbecue pork rub. This is a proprietary blend of rub that Pitmaster Tim, my brother, came up with. That's his recipe. And it calls for sugar and brown sugar. So what we did is we substituted the white sugar for erythritol and the brown sugar for monk fruit sweetener.
The golden monk fruit.
The golden monk fruit sweetener, which are both keto friendly, which is really good. Now, there are definitely still some carbs in here, guys, from the garlic powder and the onion powder that's in this rub. But there's such a small amount, we're not worried about that. What we were really worried about was getting rid of that sugar, replacing that sugar. We didn't want to just get rid of it because that sweet flavor in that rub really does play a really important part in making sure that the flavor profile is there. You get a nice good bark on the pork, and that's what I'm really interested in finding out. We're going to find this out together, guys. Does that erythritol and monk fruit sweetener, does it caramelize the same? Does it create that same bark on the pork when you smoke it that you get with regular white sugar and brown sugar? I have no idea. We're going to find out together. This is going to be fun. I'm excited about this. I think it's going to be good. First thing we're going to do, just like normal, we're going to score that skin on that shoulder. Because we want it to separate a little bit when it's being cooked. And we want to get our seasoning down in there too. So that's going to be an important part of our starting process. I like to do big, nice, thick slices. Nice, big squares. That didn't score so good, but oh well. I think we're good. I think it'll still separate okay.
Knife instead of like the good knives, but whatever makes you happy. There you go.
Should have gone with old hickory in the first place, huh? Look at that. Look at how much better that is. I've got good knives sitting right up there. And what do? I go for my little teeny little
paring knife.
Paring knife. Always use the right tool for the right job. It makes the job so much easier. That goes with pretty much everything in life.
Well, you know, sweat through it. You'll make it one way or another.
So now, our Baker Barbecue signature pork rub.
Look at that.
Look at how yummy that looks. Oh boy. You want to get that in your slices from your scoring. Get that all over. Oh boy, that smell, this rub smells so good. I love this rub. It's got a nice tangy flavor. It's just sweet enough. It's just spicy enough that it is really one of my favorite things on a pork butt or a shoulder. Anything you're doing that you're going to make pulled pork with. And even pork chops, you can use it on that. You can use it on chicken. Sure, why not? But it just seems to work out so perfect for anything pork related. It's just amazing. And don't be afraid of it. You can be pretty liberal with this stuff because, you know, we're not injecting this. We're not, you know, marinating it or brining it or anything like that. Pretty much all the seasoning you're getting is right here on the outside and from the smoke flavor that's going to get infused in the pork from the smoking process. So don't be afraid to make sure you got lots of good rub on there.
Oh, it does smell good. It smells really nice.
Alright, so that's nice and coated. Look at that, that's beautiful. We're going to let that sit for a few minutes, get our UDS ready, and
Gonna do an overnight smoke.
we are doing an overnight smoke. It's pretty late tonight. We're getting a late start, so we're going to smoke this guy overnight. And, oh, we've got a nice side. Like any good pulled pork needs to have a good coleslaw beside it, doesn't it?
I think so.
I think so too. But coleslaw's got a lot of sugar in it too.
Yeah.
But we've got a keto recipe for our coleslaw, and we're going to put that together. Once we get our pork on the UDS and it starts smoking, we're going to make some coleslaw, and we'll show you guys how we do that to make it keto friendly as well. We're going to be eating good tomorrow, guys. Stay with me. I'll be right back. Alright, guys. We're back, and we are still in the kitchen because my UDS is being occupied. I was hoping to have the pork on by now, but it hasn't happened. A little sneak peek. I made some keto-friendly beef jerky. And this
Camera
stuff,
girl's happy.
oh, yes, she is. This stuff is pretty amazing. This just came off. Looks good. Tastes amazing. Just want to give you guys a little sneak peek of that. Because if the rest of it comes off and as good as that, I'll be making a video of that. So stay tuned and look forward to that one. But
I'm just gonna eat what's there, but you know.
we're going to make some coleslaw. I mean, keto-friendly coleslaw.
Wait, you're getting them all excited like we tried this recipe out before we made it, and we didn't, people. We didn't.
Which one?
The one we're making now.
Coleslaw.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you jump around so
And
much.
the pork.
Right now we're making coleslaw. Come on, stick with me, camera girl. Stay with it.
It's late.
We got a half a cup of mayo. Now it was a heaping half a cup. You don't get all that in there. And this is 1.5 tablespoons of lemon juice and 1 tablespoon of white vinegar. So that's going in there too. And our seasoning blend, that's 2 tablespoons of what called for sugar, but we're using erythritol. And that's what makes this keto friendly. We're substituting that sugar and we're putting that erythritol in there. That's the good stuff. It's actually, we've tried several sugar substitutes, and this is the one that...
Erythritol is the keto recommended.
It is keto recommended, but it's also the one that I found tastes more like regular white sugar. And that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It flavors everything.
So, yeah, it's 2 tablespoons of erythritol, half a teaspoon of pepper, just regular black pepper, and a half a teaspoon of celery salt. So we're just going to dump all that in there. We're going to get some of that mayo off our spoon. We're going to whisk that up. Make a nice dressing for our coleslaw. You're going to whisk it up nice and good. Make sure everything's good and incorporated. Because what we're going to do with this big old bowl is we've got our chopped up white cabbage right here. And it's nothing but white cabbage, because red cabbage actually does have a few more grams of carbs than white cabbage. White cabbage is pretty keto friendly. You're okay with that.
And carrots are a no-no.
Carrots are a big no-no. Way too much sugar in carrots.
Root veggies, not so much.
That's a shame too, because they are good. Alright, that looks good.
I don't think we'll miss it.
That looks good. So we're just going to get rid of that. We're going to take some of our cabbage and just dump it in there. We're going to do right about half our cabbage. A nice little wooden paddle spoon. If you don't know about that, you need to go get yourself one, because these things are, I mean, pretty good, versatile, use it for everything kind of spoon. Yeah. Alright, that looks good, but that needs a little bit more cabbage, because that cabbage is going to soak up that liquid. And we know how coleslaw does when, you know, you first make it. The cabbage starts releasing its waters and mixing in with all the other dressing that you put into it, and it just gets good. That's why you make it the night before, because coleslaw is always better.
And we usually put it in a Ziploc baggie, minus the air, so that it actually sweats down the way it needs to.
That's exactly what we're going to do with this too.
Yeah, just
you just want to make sure,
keeps it consistent.
Just want to make sure all that dressing gets mixed up really good, incorporated really well on all of it.
It looks amazing.
It does look good. That looks pretty good. So yeah, all we're going to do now, that's good, that's done. All we're going to do now is we're just going to, like Camera Girl said, we're going to dump all that into a gallon Ziploc bag and put it in the fridge. We're going to, you know, squeeze out as much of the air as we can, put it in a gallon Ziploc bag and throw it in the fridge. And that's going to be good to go for tomorrow. So that's our side for our pork. Now all we got to do is wait for that dang jerky to get off and we can put our pork on. So stick with me. We'll be back in just a few minutes as soon as that happens. Welcome back to Vinegar BBQ. We are about to put our pork on, but we're getting our UDS ready right now. But let me show you what I did, because it's pretty interesting. Because I did have that jerky on, like I showed you that little sneak peek. So I was using my UDS, and now I want to just switch right from the jerky to the pork. But the jerky needed a lower temperature, so I didn't use a whole lot of coals on that to keep that temperature low and, you know, keep it nice and even and get it to cook right. But this one I need a little bit more coals in it so to do that overnight smoke, to keep it going all night. So I've got my UDS basket with some coals in it, and I've got a chimney lighting some other coals. Let me show you the setup I've got. This is working pretty good, I think. I think I'm going to like this. We'll be back. Alright guys, I know it is smoky and it's hard to see, but there's my basket that goes in my UDS. And there was just a little bit of coals still at the bottom. You can see that. And there's all my fresh new coals and my new hickory wood. And it's just got a little bit of flame going there from the new coals that I just set up there. And then I've got a chimney going. And I'm going to pour that on right on top and get that minion method going real good. And hopefully that's going to get my pork picnic cooking nice. That's what I'm hoping for. And with the flame that I've got going there in my basket already, I don't think I have to get my coals in my chimney as done as I normally would. Ooh, lots of smoke there, guys. Sorry about that. I'm going to finish getting this ready, get it in the UDS, and I'll be right back when I show you we're putting that pork butt, or that pork picnic, the shoulder, right on the UDS, and we're going to smoke that overnight. It's going to be yummy. We'll be back, guys. Hold on. Alright, guys, we're back, and my UDS is ready to go. We've got the jerky off. We're about to put the pork on. It is looking good.
Smoky.
Smoky. It is smoky. Don't forget your Danny Glovers. When you need to remove the lid from your UDS, you need your Danny Glovers, because that thing is hot and it protects your hand from the heat. Oh yeah. Look at that. Smoky, smoky.
That smoke kills me.
Alright, so. All we're going to do, I know I'm moving around.
We lost you. We lost you. Come back.
It's alright. Now here we go. We're going to take this guy, and we're going to plop it right down on there.
Oop, I would say look at it, but it's too dark. You can't see it when I hit the shadow. Here we go. Let's do it this angle. Oh, it's smoky.
Oh, camera girl's doing her best. I'll take a couple pictures of that, guys, and I'll try to put that into the video to show you, see what it looks like.
My eyes hurt, and I can't breathe.
Last thing I need to do, I do need to incorporate this My third... Oh, God, that is smoky. Jeez. Killing me here, guys. Come on now. Ooh, camera girl had to go inside. I just inserted that right in the center.
My nostrils hurt.
Ooh, and the lid's going back on. This had to be quick. We had to work on that quick. Woo, that was crazy. Woo, now it's good.
That was painful.
That had to hurt a little bit.
I'm gonna smell that 3-4 days tops.
But now we inserted our little therm probe into the side. This says food.
Yep. Shadow again.
So we know where that's at. But, yeah. Oh, that was hard work.
We barely survived.
We did.
Barely.
We're going to let that cook for a little while, guys. We're going to try to regulate our temperature, make sure it stays at a nice 50 for about an hour. And then it's getting really late. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. And then we're going to go to bed for a couple hours and check on this in the morning. If I don't see you before then, I'll see you in the morning. We'll get some coffee. We'll read the funny comics together. I'll see you tomorrow.
Night.
Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome back. I hope everybody slept okay. I know I did. It's a little early. Still a little tired. Want to give everybody a little update here. We let our UDS sit and do its thing overnight, and it did a good job. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning now, and we put everything on about 1. So it was sitting for, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's about 7 hours, right? And when we went to bed, it was cooking good and staying at a nice even heat, right about 290. And when we woke up about an hour ago, about 7, I looked at my Therm Pro, tripped over my thing there. My Therm Pro, and you can see now where it's at. But yeah, the UDS temperature is about 280 right now. It was about 215, I think. So it did drop down a little bit, but not dangerously low. And our food, when we woke up, was right about 155. So in an hour, it's already rose to 169. So I think we're going to push through that stall pretty nicely, and hopefully have some good looking pork. I think so. I don't want to open that UDS. I've done these roasts several ways before. Sometimes I've actually wrapped them in the foil to get through the stall. But with pork, I found I like to just push through the stall. Just keep cooking it. That's my favorite way to do it. And I'm hoping with the keto, with the substitute of the erythritol and the monk fruit sweetener, it's going to work out pretty much the same way. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what we're doing. We'll see how it works out. So, yeah, that's about it. Just wanted to give everybody a quick update. I'm not going to open this up. I'm just going to let it cook. But we'll be back in a little while when we get back up to temp. We want to get our internal temperature up to about, probably about 2 to 202. With the pork butts, about 198 to 200 is okay, I think. But with the picnics, because of that extra fat, that skin layer, I like to get them up a little higher. I think it helps dissipate some of that fat in that meat, and I just think it's a little better with the picnics to go a little higher. So that's what I do. So we'll be back in just a little while, guys. Stay tuned. Get yourself some coffee. Get yourself some eggs and bacon, and have yourselves a good morning. I'll see you soon. Hey guys, welcome back. It's about noon o'clock right now, and our internal temperature of our pork is looking pretty good. We're about 195 now, but we got a little bit of a dilemma. The temperature of our UDS, the smoker, is going down, and it's going down rapidly. I think I burned up all my charcoal and my wood. Not to worry, I have more charcoal. Just lit another chimney. We're about to pull this open, take a look at that pork, do some internal temperature probing, add the another basket of charcoal, and keep it going to, like I said, we want to get to about that 201 to 203, I think is going to be our target temp internal for the pork all over. But let's take a look at this and see what it looks like. I think it's gonna look pretty good. What do you think? Let's take a look. I'll be right back. I'll show you. Oh man, look at that guy. Now that is pretty. I like the way that's coming out. It looks like it's got a nice bark on it. That same nice, crispy, dark bark that we like to see, even with our regular sugar and brown sugar. Look at the way that bone is pulling away. That is looking awful good, guys. We're gonna put our instant read in there and see what that's gonna say. Oh, it's still going up. Instant read. Well, not totally instant, but you know. That's pretty good, because my Therm probe right there, that's saying 194, and that's saying 197, so we're in a little bit different spot there, but that's okay. That's looking pretty good. I think I do still want to get that up a little bit, so we're going to have to add our charcoal and then let it cook a little bit more, and we'll be back when we're ready to pull this guy off, so stay tuned. This is going to be good. Alright guys, we finally got this thing off our smoker. It's a few minutes after 1, so it was on the UDS for a total of just over 12 hours. Not quite 12 and a half, probably about 12 hours and 15 minutes, something like that. But look at that beautifulness. It just looks amazing. As far as the bark, I think we got a pretty similar thing to what we did with regular sugar and brown sugar. It just looks amazing. Me and Camera Girl had a tiny little taste test.
It's yummy.
It's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. We are going to wrap this in foil and just place it in the oven to let it cool off, let it rest for a while. And in a few hours, we'll be back. We'll start shredding it up, and we'll bring our coleslaw in the mix, give everything a good taste, and I think we're going to be eating good. So I'll see you in just a little while, guys. Here we are. We've had our pork resting now for about 4 hours. It's about 5:30. We're gonna start pulling this guy apart because it's about time to eat. Let's see how this works. Let's get in here.
Ooh, it looks good. I think the erythritol worked.
Look at the way that bone pulled out. Got a little bit still stuck on it, but man, that's not bad. I'm pretty happy with that.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I'm definitely with Camera Girl. I think the erythritol and the monk fruit sweetener that we used,
which is erythritol also,
definitely no, it's different. It's different stuff.
Yeah,
it worked out great. Oh man, look at that.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. That looks good.
That is amazing. We're gonna take just a tiny little taste test right here. We're gonna have to take a little taste test. That's wonderful. That just got all the right, perfect flavors you want from a good pulled pork. The rub does have that same, very similar, almost exactly the same flavor from using regular white sugar and brown sugar. I really don't see or taste any difference in this versus any of the other pork butts or shoulders I've done exactly like this. The only difference with this one being the substituted sweeteners. I'm happy with this. Keto friendly, pulled pork. This is pretty impressive. I like it. Can you guys see how juicy and just shredding apart that is? I mean, that is good stuff, man. We're gonna spend a few minutes and break all this up. Oh, look at that bark. That's just, man, that's fabulous. We're going to take a couple minutes and shred that all up, separate our fat from our edible meat, and make it delicious. We've got the coleslaw we still need to take out. We're going to put all that together. And I threw together a quick little vinegar and mustard barbecue sauce that we can just drizzle on top of our pork when we're ready to eat it. It's going to be so good. We're going to get our plates ready. I'm going to finish everything up. We'll be back, and we'll show you that right at the end. Stay tuned. Hey guys, we are just about finishing up here. It's time to make some plates and eat some dinner. This stuff has come out really nice. Look at this. Look at all this pork we got. Look at all that delicious pork. I mean, this stuff is just amazing. I told you before, the substitutes that we use for our sweeteners, our erythritol and our monk fruit, on point. I absolutely recommend it if you're trying to stay keto. I don't see much difference. We're gonna put some of that on our plate because that's the way we like it. And this is our coleslaw. Now this was a really simple coleslaw recipe. You guys saw me make that. One of the things that me and Cameron did do to it after we made the recipe, we did a little taste test, and we thought it needed a little bit more vinegar and a little bit more celery salt. So we did add that to it. Just needed a little bit more zing and yeah, just needed a little extra stuff. So now after sitting overnight, we still think it needs something. We're not sure what. It's a really good base, you know, to start with as a very, very simple coleslaw. But we like stuff to have a little bit more flavor and, you know, just yummy goodness.
We like our food.
That's right. So we're going to work on that next time and see what we can do to make that a little bit better. But don't get me wrong, it is still very good.
It is good. It just needs a little something.
Yeah. And here's my little mustard vinegar sauce I made. If you guys watched my keto mustard grilled chicken video, this sauce is actually very, very similar to that. The only difference is I used monk fruit sweetener as a brown sugar, as a brown sugar substitute, as for my sugar substitute in this one. And I also added to this some garlic powder, onion powder, and white pepper. And I simmered it on the stove to thicken it up because it's going to be more of a drizzly sauce. And on the chicken video, I was basting it on the chicken. So I wanted that to thicken up a little bit for this.
And it did.
It did. It looks really good. It tastes really good too. It's kind of vinegary, but I actually like that in a drizzle sauce because you don't need a lot to get a maximum amount of flavor from it. So that's what we're gonna do with that. Now, guys, we gotta taste this, right? You know we do. So let's taste the pork.
You got chicken on the brain now.
I got chicken on the brain now. You guys got me talking about my chicken video, and now I'm thinking chicken. Pork.
It's the pig chicken.
That's really good. The vinegary flavor from that mustard sauce with the smoky flavor of that pork, it just works so well. That is perfect. And then the coleslaw too. The coolness from that coleslaw with the pork too. That is right on point, guys. This is keto barbecue at its absolute best. I don't even want a bun. I don't even want to make a sandwich out of this. I just want to tear into this exactly the way it is right there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go eat. You guys have a great night. Thanks for stopping by. Keep it keto. I'll see you guys next time.